guys, Louie here, and welcome back to Acorn Hill. It's the day after my birthday. I'm self-promoting here a little bit because I turned a milestone yesterday, and I wanted to thank everyone who sent me a lot of greetings over on Facebook, on social media, texted me and emailed me. Yes, it's the big 5-0, and I'm pretty happy to get over here, to get on this part of my life and moving on to the next phase of my life, which is really more discovering and learning and creating more adventures and delving into many things. So thank you again for your heartfelt wishes and greetings that you sent over my way. Today, I figured since it's after my birthday, this video is a combination of many different segments, and as you can tell from the first segment today, since we are on the theme of me having a birthday, well, not that these are presents, but I figured today would be a good day to do some unboxing and show you some products that I've either gotten from the mail because I needed them in our property, and tell you why we needed these products that we bought. Okay, so first things first. This box came from a company called Simple Lawn Solutions. It's a line of products that specializes on how homeowners can take care of their lawn with their simple 1-2-3 system. What happened here was there was a time when I was scrolling up my Instagram account, and a survey came up coming from Simple Lawn Solutions, and they were just inviting people to fill out the survey form, and in the end you will get a product known as, I'm going to open it now, known as, it's a root booster, see there, root booster, root Hume product. It's a liquid form. This is a high concentrated form of organic liquid carbon, and root Hume basically is what we put, it's liquid, and you spray it on your lawn. It makes the organic micronutrients in the soil break up. They go into, I'm not an expert on this, but I wanted to let you know in layman's term what this does is it breaks up all those nutrients that they're available in the soil, but the plants are unable to absorb them and utilize them. So this pretty much unlocks them, is what they say. That's the term that they use in the description and in literature. But they're just helping the plant absorb more and search for more of those nutrients that are already in the soil. Now, I want to let you know that our soil in North Carolina is heavy clay, and when it's wet, it's just mud. It's cloggy, it's heavy, and roots, yeah, they do absorb some of the nutrients, but they really don't stay healthy in a cloggy, waterlogged soil. And when that happens, our root system, the plants that I've put, they get root rot. And unless we really amend that soil and we really do something about it, most plants will die, including grass. This year, it's a line of different products that we will use in order to develop and renovate my lawn, and that's what I will be doing. So Simple Lawn Solutions, thanks for this free product that you sent out. Filling out that survey, which only took me about 3.5 minutes. This is a $20 product, and they sent this out for free. Within 3 days, it landed on my doorstep. So thanks again, Simple Lawn Solutions. Now, next, moving on to the next item. This came from Crocs. And Crocs, during the time of the pandemic, sent out a notice to all healthcare professionals and healthcare workers, and they were giving away, you enter a contest and they will randomly pick out names for you to get a free pair of Crocs. And Kat and I filled that out. These came in the mail. Yay for me. So now I could use, I normally don't use Crocs for when I go to work, but definitely in the garden. I like using them because they're they're just easy to put on, and easy to put on. This back strap I could always use for the back, or just flip it to the front and really just use it as a gardening clog. The material, the rubber, foamy, synthetic type material that they use to form and mold the Crocs shoes, the clogs itself, they're pretty comfortable on the feet. And I got me a size 12, and this, what's the color on it? It's brown. It's called chocolate brown, and excited to use this. I also like when it's new. This has that waxy, really soft feel to it when it's new that I like. I like on my feet. So we're going to use this in the garden in the fall. I have a lot of bulbs coming, all plant material that I will be putting in the ground, and I'm excited to use these. So again, on behalf of all the healthcare workers and all the essential workers that have requested this kind of shoe from Crocs, we all thank you collectively, Crocs, for taking care of that very important sector of our society at the moment, especially during these times. So thanks again. Now, we move on to my final unboxing, opening of gifts, if you will. This came from a friend of mine, Anjanette. Anjanette, Kat and I met her at a housewarming party for a friend, Irene. Hi, Irene. What is it, close to 2 years ago? But ever since we became friends, Anjanette, I didn't know, has an Etsy shop. And she, out of the blue, told me, look, I'm sending you a couple of items. I want you to test them out. And I want you to give me your honest review. I said, well, yeah, sure. You know, bring them over, send them over. So I went on her Etsy shop, and I will put a link on that on the description down below of this video, and also on the screen. But anyway, she sent me, because I'm a gardener, first that she sent is this nice, nifty hat, a gardening hat, with an upper back neck protector for when I'm wearing it. So I'm going to wear it now, and I'll show you exactly what it is. I've already tested this, and I will tell you all the items that I like about this product. So putting it on, first of all, you can see how wide the brim is of the hat. So where I move, how I move. This thing protects not only my neck and the side of my face, you know, when the sun is really glaring at me, it also protects my upper back, which sometimes you can really feel the sun is beating on you when you're working and you're gardening and you're doing a few things like that. This mesh right on the crown, on the top of the head, well, not on the top, but on the side of the head, provides a lot of good ventilation, which when there's breeze on a hot day, you can really feel that cooling action on your head. The hat that I wear, the usual hat that I wear, doesn't have that. It only has 1 or 2 ventilation holes, and by the time I take it out, yeah, I've all protected from the UV rays of the sun, but my head is really hot. Another thing that I like about this, one thing I like about it, is the height of the crown. This is that part of the hat that I call the crown, from where the brim is attached to, from there to there. Most hats, hang on, most hats have either way too high of a brim, almost looking like a top hat, that when it is high like that, it sits and gets on my ears this way, because you want to slam the hat on, then that thing gets on the ear, and it just makes it uncomfortable because I wear glasses, right? But for this hat, it is perfect, because the height of the crown from the top of my ear all the way up to the top of this hat is just the perfect size. And so for me, if I were to give it on a scale of 1 to 5, just for that feature alone, I'm giving it a 5, because it helps me move around. It doesn't affect my glasses, because when you wear glasses and this thing gets in the way, then the glasses get crooked, and then your vision gets a whole lot more difficult to garden with. So I like that part of the hat. This is a feature also, obviously, a string, that's helpful, because you don't want the hat to come off, especially on a windy day. I typically don't use this way. I don't wear the string around and under my chin or on my neck. I usually put it up here just to get it out of the way, or maybe like that there. So when it's out of the way, I really have that full access, and my line of vision, my field of vision is wide enough that I can really go ahead and do things that I need to do out in the garden. Nice with the camo pattern on top, a modernized pixelated camo is what we have. But she offers this hat in several patterns and several prints and several choices for everyone. So this, from a scale of 1 to 5, I'll give it a 5. So that's the first item that she sent out. Hat head. An armband, an arm cuff. I'll take it out there. Many of you also see and know that when I garden, I have these sleeves that I use for gardening, and that is to protect my forearms from getting too baked under the sun. Now it's snug without being too tight. So that's great. This is great for the forearm. So that covers everything when I'm gardening. Now I got to be honest, and Anjanette told me, just no holds barred. You tell me exactly how you feel about things. From a comfort perspective, I like this. I like this a lot. From a cooling perspective, see, when you move around, because of, I don't know, the way they've knitted this fabric, you really feel that there's this cool breeze that envelops the forearm. And I don't know how that's done, but the technology that they have for this kind of fabric provides that. I like things to be all the way up on top, is that it is shorter compared to the usual product that I use. There is a chance that things can get exposed. It doesn't go all the way over near the fingers. So it's kind of short that way. I use a pair of gloves anyhow, and my pair of gardening gloves that I use go all the way up to here, which is how typically gardeners do their gardening. They put their hands in a glove, and that gardening glove goes right about to the area of the wrist. So you are fully covered and fully protected when you use this product. It's comfortable, it doesn't feel tight. So thanks again, Anjanette, for this. Overall, from 1 to 5, I'd give this a 4.8. Only because, I'm a little obsessive compulsive with the length. But really, again, anyone can have any gardening, not as specific to my style of gardening and my style of requirement. So I'd give this a 5 overall, but just for my, little whim, I'd give it a 4.8. And again, we're doing an unscientific way of rating these products. It gives me a lot of comfort when I use this. Now, not just that, not just the hat, not just the forearm cover. She also sent me, hang on, if I'm that organized, then I'd be able to find everything that I need. All right. She also sent us, in the age of the pandemic, people either have made their own face masks or have been selling face masks because the product that they sell is good. And I couldn't agree more, because this face mask that Anjanette sent me, Butterfingers, hang on. Look at that pattern. I think it's best if I put this on. Let's try it out. Now, I don't have my glasses yet, so I can't see a thing. I can only see an image on my camera screen. All right. This is what I wanted to show you first, is how the contour, each face, our structure, our facial structures are different. So when we put this on, for me, the measure of a good mask is, if I look at the person sideways, how is that seam fitting the front outline the profile of the face along the side. All right. So for me, it's comfortable that it doesn't, this part where my nostrils are located doesn't go all the way up it. Because I've seen some where they have the seam along the front. This part of the seam go up. Like it blocks their nostrils. This one doesn't, because I have that space between my nostrils and really the contour of the mask. All right. Another thing, and again, this is quite unavoidable, but when a person wears a pair of glasses, we will fog up. Okay, that's just a given. And it happens when we have the wire, especially for the clinical type ones, when you have that wire along the top part of the mask, where it's pressed up against your nose, all right? Fog happens. Now, that fog will happen on the inside part of the lenses, or the side of the lens near your face. For this, I like this because if you look, there's those holes, those vent holes coming up. It does fog up, but it fogs the front part, the front panel of my lenses, that in 2 seconds flat, everything is gone. All right, see? So when I breathe out and I exhale, it fogs up a little bit because these ventilation holes are now forming to have that breeze go all the way up. So it fogs it up maybe 1-2 seconds and then it's gone. Whereas if I were wearing, and again, I do the clinical mask without any complaints because that's what I am requiring myself at work. It fogs the inside of my lenses and it fogs up so long or longer than 2 seconds that I'm having difficulty. I have to take my glasses off in order for the condensation to go away and then put it back on. Comfort-wise, soft. This is a jersey knit type of fabric, almost similar to a bedsheet type knit or a t-shirt, a very, very soft t-shirt knit. And that knit, the threads that they use for this, I think, is rayon, which is cool, you know, from a temperature standpoint. That's a cooler fabric, that's a cooler thread, and cotton. So between that, there's that blending of rayon and cotton. And on the inside of it, you know, the print is whatever print you get from her Etsy shop. The print is on the outside. The inside, you can see that t-shirt knit that I was talking about. So that distinct weaving of the threads, cool air could provide comfort around the face. Is this a clinical type mask? No. But nowadays, the CDC is really requiring that we cover our faces with something and our noses up with something to protect ourselves. Better to have a good covering than no covering at all, and then practicing that minimum of 6 foot distance away from the next person. It's made in the US, a flag of the US, just to show us that wearing a mask is a form of our patriotic duty, and this mask has it already. So for me, I really like that feature. And talk about the type of tag that they use. This is not one of those screen printed labels. This is an expensive label because it's one of those that's woven. You see there? So it's made of nylon, but all the threads are woven into right into the tag itself. So you know that this is not, it's not cheap, all right? I don't want to use the word cheap in the sense of the quality, but it's not one of those where they just get a rinky-dink, tag and slap it on sew it on the mask. I think that there's a lot of thought involved in producing this mask. Look at the double seam. Look at the double seam on the band that goes around the perimeter of the mask. It gives a good structure to the edging of the mask with the double stitching. I really think it's durable. It's elastic, it's not hard when you pull on it when you have regular thread because you don't want to rip it. This thing can be pulled and you don't you don't hear the stitching coming loose. That same band is the band that go all the way up for the loop. And you see how far that goes. And one tug and you don't hear any of that stitching coming loose. And look at the looping in the back. As you will hear this from me as you get to know me on my vlogs, the devil is in the details, and it's really all about the details that count. And for a simple mask like this, I think that it's well thought out. That's how I review things. and thank you for bearing with me, because these items are sent to us for objective reviews. Free shipping, by the way, when you go on her Etsy site. I will put the link of her Etsy site down in the description box of this video. So along the way, this will be a regular feature of our channel. There's a lot more boxes that I need to open, but I don't want to open them up all in one episode and one vlog, because it will take more than an hour. So just to give you a preview, lawn care, fall lawn care is now about to start in our area. And I will be renovating our lawn that I need to rehabilitate, and I will take you along for that ride. And there's several items and several products that we will use, all organic, but I'm on a mission to make sure that our lawn, it's a good experiment, it's a good trial, and it's a good adventure for all of us in the coming posts and the coming vlogs. But for now, I want to thank Anjanette, I want to thank Simple Lawn Solutions, and I want to thank Crocs for sending out these items for me to try and for me to wear in the property. That's it for now. Again, I thank everybody who's greeting me on my birthday. And thanks again to our new subscribers and everybody who's liking and commenting on the video. I think I've covered all my bases for now. Until then, this is Louie, signing off for now in our living room. And we'll see you back here in Acorn Hill. Bye-bye.